Prior to being asked to talk about change today, I'd often thought about how and why all the things that happened in my life occurred. Let me share with you a little bit about my story. I was born and raised in a faraway country called Brunei. By all means, an idyllic place. My upbringing was full of joy, compassion, and appreciation. I moved to Canada with my family during my teenage years. Being good at school and adept at sports, I was able to navigate through the education system, and as a young adult, attained a degree in dentistry. I enjoyed my work as a dentist to some degree and up until a certain point in time, but somehow at some point, there wasn't something that didn't seem right. I couldn't place it. I knew on a cerebral level that I wasn't content anymore. Just before COVID struck, I lost my mother. I didn't find the support from family. They were too busy with their lives. Conversations were labored and lacked empathy. Trying to make sense of the world around me, I sank deeper into the morass. There were physical manifestations of something deeper at work here. I developed severe back problems, compounded by the anxiety of the threat of COVID, which was raging around the world. When my back problems eventually subsided, I was taken over with mysterious hives. Seeing that ailment out of the door after weeks, I was beset with a painful shoulder. One thing compounded on another, physical ailment and pain, on top of a deep emotional and psychological struggle. I was unable to work. Thoughts went to the happier days spent with my parents who were no more. The safety that existed was no longer there. One evening I sat in my apartment alone and thought there was nothing for me to look forward in life. Outside my walls, there was a storm brewing with thunder and lightning lighting up the sky. Indoors was a soul desperately looking for a reason to be. Checking in at KMH, I was diagnosed with a major depressive disorder. Through treatment and care, the pain abated, but there was still a long way to go. I had to start all over again. I didn't have the tools, skills, or support to manage. Help came in numerous forms from the physicians and therapists, but how to function in this fast-paced world of ours, that remained a challenge. Then one day, guided by the right people, I was introduced to an organization called Via Hafta. First interaction was an intake interview. It was an unassuming encounter, but one I'll never forget. That interview and the caring person at the other end of the call was the beginning of my upward trajectory. I knew it right away. I was welcomed with open arms. Via Hafta is a place, an oasis where I was given the tools to nurse my mental well-being. There were no judgments here. No matter who you are or where you came from, you're welcome. There was care, love, and acceptance, something I hadn't felt for a long time. Via Hafta has become my adopted family. There's no magic involved. I work hard at developing skills, temperance, and navigating oftentimes difficult situations, but there was always someone to guide me. Throughout my course at Via Hafta, little by little, a picture of what was possible for my life appeared in front of me. Somehow, through the experience, the world has become a less daunting place. And how does that happen, you may be wondering. Although hard to put into words, I'll try. The many skilled and passionate volunteer instructors, donate their time to share their expertise and equip us with essential tools and skills to succeed. The stuff that they don't teach you in school, but they should. What else? The case managers, our champions who were in my corner tirelessly advocating for me. They were my voice when I couldn't speak. Here was an entire organization working for my well-being. It took me some time to be able to articulate why this experience was different than others. What was it about VA HAFTA that set them apart? It was a quiet, steadfast approach, which I now understand is very much a Jewish way. The VA HAFTA staff work hard for what is right and just, and in the service of others. I had other encounters with Jewish communities and friends in my lifetime, and this new definition of how I saw VA HAFTA's approach fits so well with other impressions and experiences I had with the Jewish people in my life. There's no fanfare to their approach, just hard work and dedication with a sense of passion and purpose, a strong desire to simply do good. It is a work ethic I take with me and practice daily. People were working hard for me. It inspired me and it made me feel that if they're working this hard for me, then I had to do even a better job. I worked harder to learn the skills and practice them in my daily life because of them, but also I found it inside of me. It was there all along. I just needed some fine humans to remind me. Friends, I'm so pleased to share that for all my hard work and dedication in the course, I was elected the class valedictorian. 1 year ago, I wouldn't have been able to stand here and talk to you. The reason for my well-being has been VA HAFTA. At its core, it embodies Jewish humanistic values, a quiet resolve. And what does that mean? It would be an unwavering determination free from anxiety and anger. That is how I would define it. With newfound confidence that VA HAFTA provided, I've moved forward. I'm currently teaching students in the various disciplines of medical sciences at the University of Toronto. The program equips students with tools and educational materials to tackle the complexity of health and its care. It is a collaborative undertaking which I learned from the courses I took at VA HAFTA. In some small measure, I thank everyone who supported me. And with a quiet resolve, my friends, we move forward. I leave you with a quote from an old Stoic: a little flesh, a little breath, and a reason to do good. That is myself. Thank you for listening, and have a wonderful week.